Mr. General Evaluator, Modikoe's speech, as you mentioned, will be from the Innovative Planning Pathway, a Level 3 Project 2 speech, and the purpose statement of his Dance with Words today will be for him to practice developing and presenting a proposal. The speech will be in the form of a well-organized speech about his proposal. It may be a speech that affects any area of his personal or professional life, or even the Toastmasters Club. He may present the entire proposal or aspects of it, and it may be in any form, whether it's humorous, informational, or any style that he may choose. It should not be a report of the presenter proposal project, Mr. Toastmaster. And this speech is 5 to 7 minutes.
Yes. Now in Toastmasters, even the world champion of public speaking from Toastmasters, who literally competes for all the Toastmasters around the world, they have an international speech contest, and even that speech is only 7 minutes. And this is why in Toastmasters we are very geared on keeping the speech within a certain time limit. So the green light will go on in 5 minutes, warning the speaker that he's reached the minimum time. The amber light is optimal time, and the speaker should finish his speech as soon as possible when the red light goes on. So, to speak on the topic international relations, the key to becoming African hub for innovation, please help me welcome Modikoe Patjane.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests and visitors. I work for the government department that is responsible for science and innovation. Let me pause there. We used to be called science and technology. Now the emphasis is on innovation, science and innovation. What we want to become is the African hub of innovation. In my department, I'm in a section that is responsible for international relations. And the department has 5 sections. Every section has its specific role. Others deal with technology development, others deal with research. The challenge I'm facing at the moment is, if we want to be the hub, the African hub of innovation, we need to be coordinated. I have colleagues from different sections who will go or design projects with different countries without us knowing from the international relations section. Now, our role is to manage relations of the department with other countries. Can you imagine, I go to a country, I sit there with colleagues there, we discuss it, and they told me about a project that they are having with one of the colleagues in my department, which I don't know about. That is embarrassing. You agree? The other problem I have with that is, you see, when you are in the international relations section, your role is to make sure that the country priorities are taken out when you meet with other countries. So you look at the country that you are relating with, look at their weaknesses, you look at their strengths. You decide, okay, how can we benefit out of this country? If we push this type of project, we can benefit as a country, or we can at least push our agenda. If you come from another section, you work with that country, maybe you are excited about that project, that technology that you want to work on. But maybe that's not necessarily our national interest. It's not really going to benefit us. It's probably going to benefit that country. It creates a number of problems. I already mentioned that I get embarrassed when I'm in these international platforms. The second one is, you see, if I'm planning my engagement with other countries, and then I come to you as my colleague from another section, and I talk to you about my plan, or at least the intention to work with, let's say, Rwanda on ICT. The guys have been working well, they've been advancing with drones, and they've been very innovative in Rwanda. You tell me that Rwanda is not your priority. Man, that's shocking to me. I'm the one who's putting the agenda in terms of working for other countries. But you are telling me that Rwanda is not your country, it's not your priority. Yeah. Now, you see, as diplomats, we are trained to be calm and negotiate the situation. And of course, communication as well. So of course, the first thing I will do is I will talk to my colleagues and I will ask them, okay guys, what's going on? The way we are going, we look like foolish bunch of people out there. Can we find a way of working together if we really want to be a hub of innovation? So, this is what I propose, and I propose to them. One of the things they said to me was, they don't really understand or get some value of what we, as the international relations section, add to their work. They can really work with the country directly, really without us. Because they know the technology, they know what they need to do. What is it that we are adding value? So I say, okay, fine. One of the problems that they always experience is when they go ahead and implement these projects, when they fail, when things go really horrible, they come back to us. So we have to solve the problem in a diplomatic way. So I thought, okay, one of the first things we need to do is to get them to understand what is it that we are. So maybe we should develop a strategy. Call it science and innovation diplomacy strategy of the department, which will be clear. What is it that the diplomats section is doing? That's the first thing. The second thing is, we need to have systems in the department that will, I use the word force, but actually get them to work through us when they engage with other countries. So when you travel out of the country, you have to get an approval. Before they give that approval, the system should force you to consult with the international relations first. If there is no signature from the international relations, you should not even go out. The last part is, we know we are working in a restricted way at the moment. The money is not enough. There is always restrictions in government. But if a situation allows, we should always have someone, staff member from international relations, going in these delegations that other sections are going in other countries. There must always be someone from international relations going with them in these trips, if the budget allows. Now, in short, if we really want to be the hub of Africa in terms of innovation, the African hub of innovation, we need to be coordinated. We cannot be seen as fragmented. Mr. Toastmaster.
Ladies and gentlemen, and especially Modikoe, the science diplomat. Tonight you gave a very compelling speech about innovation and especially international relations pertaining to Africa. And I thought that was a very interesting speech. Of course, from the get-go, you opened up by telling us that you work for a government department. And that is when you had our attention. You had everybody listening. I looked around, I hoped that I'll see people sleeping, but they were listening to you. And you returned the favor. You used eye contact very well. You looked at everyone around the room You made sure that they were looking at you as well. And you stated everything that you needed to state as a matter of fact. I thought that you were very clear. Or in the words of Will Walker, you opened your mouth. There was clarity in your words. We could all listen. We could all hear you. Even I at the back of the room could understand every word you were saying. I thought that you used gestures very well. But of course, I thought that you could have given that a bit more oomph with gestures. You talked about calmness. And you also talked about a bunch of fools, where there was lack of clarity. And I thought that you could have effectively used those gestures very well to capture the moment. And that goes to my second point. Although you used vocal variety, that is something that has been pointed out in your previous speeches, that you could use more vocal variety. I thought today you tried. Because, like I said, you talked about calmness, and I had you lower your voice to show the calmness that was required for that part. But in some parts, you forgot to use that effectively to really enhance the message and get it across. I thought that one area that could use improvement would be you doing away with the lectern, because most of the time you went to the sides and you made little use of your notes that were on the lectern. And I thought if you could push the lectern to the side and do with little notes, your speech would have been very effective. Other point that I thought could have benefited you more would have been better organization of your speech, because you talked about international relations, but your point about that was coordination. I thought you could have emphasized more on what needed to be improved and how coordination will help you going forward. What is there to be achieved? What do you see the benefit of your coordination being? Otherwise, I thought you did very well, and I look forward to your next speech.